Thank you. We'll get back to that. Now, it was put to Mr. Zungu that accused number one never spoke to him telephonically or otherwise. We just want to refer to the extracts of the Section 205 cell phone records of accused number one. That were handed up as part of the Section 205 records. The Exhibit DD5 series. The cell phone data of accused number one were handed in as Exhibit double D in brackets 5 in brackets D Roman figure 1 for the cell phone number 0793 790137 and the cell phone data for the cell phone number 06077476749. The data was handed up as Exhibit double D in brackets 5 in brackets D Roman figure 2. Now we're going to show you the extracts of the first number, Exhibit DD5D, Roman figure 1, for the number 07937900137. But before that, the affidavit of Mr. Zungu was handed up as an exhibit. We'll just try and find the affidavit for you. We're just preparing the affidavit now. His affidavit was handed up as Exhibit AA. That is now the affidavit of Constable Sizwe Zungu. We're going to hand up an extract of his affidavit. Is there a cell phone number there for Constable Sizwe Zungu?
Correct, my lord, and it reads as follows: 07697999524.
We're going to show extract of summation the cell phone data of the cell phone accused number one, 0793790137. If we can just put the highlighted portions on record.
Okay, my lord.
The sixth call from the bottom.
Yes, my lord. So the first call, my lords, it's dated 01/09/2019. The time it's 17:34:59 seconds. It's CF, and the call duration is 2. Then there's a number for the other party, my lord, which is 2782147 937900137. and then the third party.
Yeah. Accused number one. Yeah, approach accused number one.
Okay.
So listen to me. If you ever thought Muzi Sibiya was unbothered, was just a guest in the courthouse, was the quiet one, unproblematic, except of course with the situation where he needed the ID for the children and the children now have the ID. Woohoo! Let me tell you something. Muzi said, don't take me for granted. Hello, everybody. My name is Muzi Sibiya, and I am not Umbulali SENZO MEYIWA. And it took Baloyi to read one line. One line, and Muzi Sibiya brought the entire proceedings to a bus stop. Okay, it ended right there for the day. Well, not right this moment, but okay. So let me take you back a few steps. So Baloyi begins by introducing Muzi Sibiya's phone numbers. Okay. I go back to my notes, which are the notes from Pinky Darling, Pinky from Vodacom. And yes, the numbers match. I have the exact same numbers that Baloyi is saying for Muzi Sibiya, the both of them. Then Baloyi brings up, this is the number for Constable Sizwe Zungu. Okay, we've never had his 205, but I guess it is what it is. If you say it is what it is. Now, this is what you need to remember. Constable Zungu came on this Constable Zungu came to the witness stand, okay, before Mngomezulu became Muzi Sibiya's advocate or legal representation, because before that it was Ramasipili who was representing accused number 1 and 2. Okay, are we caught up so far? Okay, good. Wow, it's a lot, okay? But I'm trying to break it down really clearly. So yesterday I did a video. I said I'll come back because I needed to go back to my notes. Because the only thing that I recall Pinky ever saying about Muzi Sibiya and his phone number is that they were able to link accused number 4, okay? That is Mapisa, to Muzi Sibiya. And Mapisa says, yeah, that's my nephew. That's the only time they spoke about Muzi Sibiya's phone. According to my notes, I could be wrong. I could have, zoned out. I mean, it was the 205 days. Those days were tough. Those days were not for the faint-hearted. There was a lot of reading. But let me tell you something. Even though there was a lot of reading going on, there was a structure. There was a sequence. So, Gininda, who loves to read things, Gininda is reading Section 205, okay, Exhibit DD 5D. And he says, he puts the date on record, he says 01/09/2019, time 17:34:59. Okay, that follows Pinky's format. It aligns with my notes. And then he says CF is call forwarding. Not a problem. Pinky gave us the table of glossary of notes. Okay. Then he gets to duration and all he says is 2. I don't know if it's 2 donkeys, 2 crayons, 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days. We don't know. He doesn't say. And then from there, because it's Gininda. Gininda makes things up as he goes, and he does things the way he wants to do it. Maybe he didn't feel like reading all the other zeros. I don't know. All he put there was 2. Okay. Then, now this is where it gets weird. Remember Muzi Sibiya's number? Let me read it to you. 0793 790 137. Gininda reads the number as 278214793790. And as I'm writing, I'm like, wait, why are we still writing? Why are the numbers still going? So I write it down and then I take my highlighter. 27 is the country code for South Africa. Okay, not a problem. Pinky taught us that. With Stein and Host over there, they take it out. Their formula takes out the 27. Okay. Pinky's formula doesn't add or do anything because it's PDF. There are these strange numbers, 8214, and then the rest of the numbers after that match Muzi Sibiya's phone number. Was this an Excel document again, or is this Pinky's PDF? I don't know. So those are the 2 discrepancies I've picked up. Immediately, Muzi Sibiya puts up his hand and you can see he's having that heated discussion with Mngomezulu and they're talking and it's going on and on and on. Now, you have to hear what Mngomezulu has to say. I'll be back with the rest of my commentary. Mngomezulu is bringing us his instructions from Muzi Sibiya.
My instruction from accused number 1 is that is listening to the evidence of Brigadier Gininda relating to the section 205 of Constable Zongo, and he wants to establish as to when, to know as to when was that evidence led about section 205, his 205 in contestation of the evidence of Zongo, because this is a novel to him at this stage that there was section 205. Then I have also asked my colleague who was present during the evidence of Constable Zongo. Such evidence is new before this court, unless the state proves otherwise. Court pleases.
As a court case, Madam, we indicated these are extracts of the section 205.
Section 205 of accused number one.
Of accused number one. That evidence was.
Wait. Were they formally handed in?
Yes. Via
Exhibit, so that we don't waste time. Exhibit?
Yes, I've just referred to the exhibit number, and they were handed up via Miss Pinky Fillingham.
Yeah, it's exhibit.
It's exhibit. DD
DD?
5
Yeah.
in brackets D Roman figure 1. That's for this number that we are currently busy with, 07937 90137.
So is that your answer to Mr. Mngomezulu'S client? When is Pinky Fillingham? When did you testify about that?
I think that was during the period July, August 2024. 24.
24.
Yes, just some few months ago.
When she testified here, are you saying she mentions, I mean, when she was testifying on that date, it's on the section 205 of accused number one was handed up.
Yes, that's why it serves as an exhibit.
Okay, yeah. Any other thing, Mr. Mngomezulu? This is the prosecutor's version that this evidence was handed up in this court. Hello?
Nothing fair.
Nothing further. Okay, fine. Yes, sir.
Brigadier Gininda, if you can just start with the results for number that appears there on top of the page.
Results for number 079 079
Thank you. You can then go back to, I'm sorry. You can then go back to that call that appears the sixth line from the bottom. Just start with the first column.
Okay, the first column, my lord, it's the same number 079 that is reflected on top, 3790137, and then there's a MSI number. Should I read that into record or pass it?
Yes, so you can just put the call date.
Okay, then the call date will be 01/09/2019, and the time was 17:34:58 seconds.
May I approach accused number 2?
Yes, sir. Okay, problem.
Thank you, Madam Prime Minister. To the court.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, you can proceed.
Madam, case number 1 is suspended.
May I approach case number 1?
Okay, so there you have it. Baloyi then says, no, we did this with Pinky. It was exhibit DD5D Roman numeral I1, and we did it, my lord. And my lord says, what's the exhibit number? We don't want to waste any time. I was like, whoa, Judge Rada, is that you? But anyway, Baloyi, you know, you can see he's panicking, he's searching through his paperwork, but in his defense, I'm going to say he did give the exhibit number when they started the activity with Gininda. So he gives it again, even though this time he has to search for it. I don't know why he's all panicked, because he had done it already. Anyway, Mngomezulu, so then he explains, the judge is accepting of it, and the judge says, Mngomezulu, anything else? Mngomezulu says, no further comments. I think for Mngomezulu, I understand the position that he is in, despite the fact that, oh my goodness, he looks so sick. And I saw all the messages, the well wishes that you guys sent to him. I hope that definitely sent some healing powers. I saw all the prayers, I saw all the suggestions, I saw the emails, I saw the DMs. Mngomezulu, if you didn't already know, you have the Mzansi Unfiltered family is rooting for you. Get well soon, because we do not enjoy the state that you are in. It is difficult to watch. It is overwhelming, if I'm being honest, because you can tell that this man is sick and he is pulling himself to work. That's what happens when you work in a tough work environment, and this is a tough one, because we know my Lord is very compassionate and has Ubuntu for certain people, but not all. I don't know if you guys have read the book Animal Farm. Some animals are more equal than others. I'll let you, interpret that any way you want. But let's go back to the focus of the story. I already did a video on Mngomezulu's health. So if you missed that one, make sure you catch it up over here. But let's continue on. I want to go back to Muzi Sibiya, okay? Man of the match, MVP. Muzi Sibiya said, what are you guys trying to do? What is going on in the court? You are not continuing. When I said, this is a novel to me, this has never happened, I don't know what everybody is talking about. There is no section 205 between me and Zungu Nation, okay? No ways. And he puts his hand back up. Now, then, first of all, it was Rams went to Bongani Ntanzi. He said he was going to Bongani Ntanzi because, he represents Bongani Ntanzi, but he really wasn't going to Bongani Ntanzi. If you watch really closely, he was going to Muzi Sibiya because he represented Muzi Sibiya at the time of Zungu Nation. Okay. So this is what I really wanted to talk about when I mentioned Mngomezulu, that despite his health, yes, and then I digressed to talk about his health. So Mngomezulu was not in court. He was not representing Muzi Sibiya when Zungu Nation came to the stand. So that is why I think they kind of did that trickaroo, and then Rams went to Bongani Ntanzi. So what happens next? Not Zungu Nation, Zungunizer. And then Rams comes back and just sits down. And that's when Muzi says, you have got to be kidding me. These men do not know who I am. This is not continuing on my watch. I will not let Gininda get away with this a second time. I'm paying full attention. So he puts his hand back up, and then Mngomezulu is like, my Lord, can I please? And my Lord is like, my goodness, what is going on? And you can tell the frustration with my Lord. And then my Lord says, you know what? Let's just adjourn until lunch. And that's how they went to lunch. But then they didn't even take that long adjournment. They came back to court, and then they had to discuss Mngomezulu's health. I think that was a great move from Muzi Sibiya. Muzi Sibiya says, hey, Baba, you are not here in your full capacity. And I'm sorry, these guys are about to pull a fast one on me. I need you to go back home, and I need you to rest. If that's what it takes for you to come back fully rested and ready to tackle this, because we're not doing Zungu Nganegwanes here. I have never called Uzungu, ever. Okay, so that is what happened. I'll put the clip at the end. That is about, Mngomezulu's health. Once again, I'm not sure if court is going to be back in session. Get well soon. Let's continue to send Mngomezulu get well soon messages, because it is Gonini. Okay, we need him. Muzi needs him. My Lord needs him. He is a crucial element. It cannot continue without him. I think Gininda is sitting there going, well, another exam day for me. But you know what? Here's this part 2, and then I'm going to end the video there. Thanks so much for watching. You already know the house rules, and I'll catch you on my next upload.
I suggest you adjourn so that you guys can consult with your clients. Because I don't understand. This evidence was led in court. Everybody's aware of it. What's your time there, Mr. Baloi?
12:27.
Let's adjourn until 2 o'clock.
Sorry.
What is the attitude of the other councils? Mr. Ramosipiti.
If it may please the court, madam. My lord, if he says he's indisposed, I can't add to that.
He's not saying that. He says he's medically fit. It's his client who's saying you are indisposed. That's the talk.
In that regard, my lord,
Hello?
I won't have any submissions because it's between attorney and client.
Yes, Mr. Mnisi.
That's also a sensitive terrain for me.
Mr.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
My lord, I'll be honest with the court, my lord. Mr. Mngomezulu is sick. We've all witnessed that from the morning. We've even arranged a heater, my lord, because he was shivering at some stage before we adjourned. We arranged something, but he said he's going to try to resist, my lord. But we
Gonna
can
try
see
to do what?
to resist. He's going to try to continue, my lord, though he is not feeling well. But we all could see that he's not feeling well. He was even shivering, my lord, when I asked the stenographer to get the aircon for him. Yes.
Speak.
Hello?
There's a heater underneath his,
A heater.
yes,
Oh,
the respondents as we speak.
okay. You know, any other judge would insist on a letter from a doctor to say you are indisposed because of this and that and that and that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'll abide by your client's observation that you are not fit to handle the case today. He says that, and you are saying you are fit. Nothing wrong with you. Ms. Msholo, hey, no, where that does it? Someone says there's a heater there. I've got 6 versions. Okay, tomorrow then at 10. I'm sorry about that.